Yo, Chris, what's good, my boy? It's Tuesday, March 23rd. I hope you had a great weekend. I know I did, talking all that crap about March Madness and how I'm better than y'all at it, but it's what it is.
Happens, it happens. You know what I'm saying? We win some, we lose some, and I lost some.
Like I said, bro, if I ever chose a time to bet in my life, that should have been the time. But it is what it is. We here, another episode of Radical Soul Podcast. I'm Daniel.
I'm Chris, and we missing the wonderful E. E is out doing some busy man things today, so we're taking a hit for him today, doing it just me and Dan. But it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a fun time. So what are we talking about today, Dan? Oh wait, I gotta do E's part. I gotta do the like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We're just over that 100 mark. If you liking us, you like what you're hearing, subscribe.
Word. Like the videos, watch other videos, see if you agree with any other topics we talk about. Go watch Reselling 101. We drop some gems in there.
Yeah, bro. This podcast here is just meant for you to like put your phone down while you're doing something else. We're just talking in your ear, just talking good conversation. That's all we're looking for, just good conversation. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too in depth. We're just throwing out ideas.
Talking our fandom and trying to be some GMs, you feel me?
You feel me?
So, Chris, we're gonna have to talk about minor league baseball, bro. Somebody got busted out here for something crazy.
Yeah, yo, I don't know who my man was. You know what I'm saying? Who was trying to move that thing to, but we will get on that. We'll get on that. Something crazy came out in the minor leagues this spring. We're gonna talk about the NBA and all these crazy injuries going on to all these all-stars now late in the season, how that's gonna pan out the rest of the season.
That's like a Giants, bro. We have to.
Yeah, we gotta talk a little Giants. Not a lot of Giants, a little Giants.
It is the Giants. You know, they didn't do much. They did something at least, though.
Yeah, they did a couple moves. They made a couple moves, and we're gonna talk about finally March Madness. A lot of things going on with March Madness. We're gonna touch on a little bit of them.
Word. So, that being said, Chris, let's get it, bro.
Let's get it.
Yo, so I sent y'all that text of a Cubs minor leaguer that got caught with 21 pounds of meth in his Cubs bag with his glove and his cleats.
So my question is, that whole team should get investigated.
Oh,
why he got so much in his like baseball bag? Like, is it like who's he taking this shit to, or who's he getting it from? Because it's one of two. He either getting it from somebody in the team around him, or he's taking it to somebody. So I don't know. That's crazy. Or he just said, "Let me hide it in plain sight." You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's gonna check my baseball bag.
My thing is the way he got caught too is the funny part. Like, he was just like swerving in and out of lanes, and I'm just like, bro, if you know you had 21 pounds of meth on yourself, why you driving like that? Like, look, be like, yo, I gotta be at the facility about 10. All right, we're leaving the crib at 8, and I'm gonna take my sweet time. I'm gonna make sure we get there with enough time.
Yeah.
Take it easy. Yo, like this dude had 21 pounds of meth. He decides now today's the day to just act a fool and get caught. Like, yeah, I don't get it. Like, what?
And then it's not like your typical cocaine, weed. It's meth. It's meth. Like, somebody had to cook that shit up. Like, for a fact, somebody had to cook it up, if it was cocaine or something. But meth in Florida is like that's a whole different level. Like, that shit is getting cooked in somebody's trailer somewhere. Like, that's crazy. So,
I want to see when they investigate if he's selling, if he's moving for somebody. Like,
I don't know. If he's moving for somebody, that shit won't come out, I feel. I don't know. We shall see.
Word. I guess that minor league money just...
I was literally just going to say, I guess he ain't getting paid enough that minor league deal. So
45 years old, man. There goes that kid's career.
Yeah, down the drain. So
we're gonna have to see what happens, bro. But let's talk something about that's almost like meth to us, Chris. The Knicks, bro. Since Ethan's not here, I think it's the perfect time to talk about the Knicks. So you said we're gonna talk about NBA injuries. Um, it could all connect very beautifully. So major injuries right now. You want to go based off of your fantasy lineup? I know my fantasy lineup got like four of them, and they're all to my biggest players that I have right now.
I believe let's go to my fantasy lineup.
Cause I
Just
can say it for you. 'Cause I know I'm playing you this week. So
I got Jason Tatum game time decision and Malcolm Brogdon. How do you say his last name? Brogdon.
Brogdon.
Brogdon game time decision.
Yeah, I still
That's
got
all I
Malik
got.
Beasley on his suspension. I got Seth Curry. Oh, no, he's on the injured list now. Thank God I checked right now because I would have been very detrimental to my team tonight. Mitchell Robinson is also he was a game time decision before he said he's ready to go, even though he like tweaked his ankle in the game. And he did come by with a hand injury. And Miles Turner is also a game time decision, but those aren't as big as
Yeah.
LeBron, obviously.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a shit ton of injuries going on in the NBA right now. We got Steph Curry hurt. LeBron, as you just said. I believe, what's his name?
Giannis is
Didn't
also
Giannis get hurt?
a knee sprain.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid is out for the next few weeks as well. You got, just it's crazy. It's really crazy how it's just all happening at the same exact times. Kyrie said he's going to be out for a few days because of personal reasons.
And it's
Emmanuel
his birthday.
quickly, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna say nothing there. That's whatever. Trying to see who else. D Rose, he just came out that he had COVID and he was dealing with that. This dude James Harden has a sore neck, which we're not even gonna talk about that. That's that.
No. I didn't know Derrick Rose had COVID. If I was just out of the loop for a little bit, I didn't know
Yeah,
he was.
he was out. Remember how he was out all that time? He actually came out and said that he and his family had COVID yesterday at a Knicks press conference,
Ah,
and he said that he had it. He's had the flu before, and COVID was like flu times 10.
wow. And that didn't come out in the news at all that he had COVID initially.
No, because at first, like it's privacy matters that are going on with the COVID stuff right now, so nobody really reported that he had COVID. But all we know was he was out, and then there was a death to like a really close friend, and he went back to Chicago, I think it was. So pretty much everybody was thinking like, oh, he did the health and safety protocols, he got exposed, he had to go to Chicago, and then it got extended because he went to Chicago. Turns out now he actually had
Mm,
COVID. So
damn. All right. That's
yeah,
crazy.
but I think it was in the beginning, and then as he was like recuperating, then his friend died because he's been at the Knicks games, just sitting on the bench and like getting ready to play soon.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
obviously, such as other players have seen this year, you got to get your stamina back because this shit ain't no joke.
Yeah, I was literally gonna say that. I wonder how these players come back from COVID. Like, I wonder, like, there has to be, especially if, like, that's a virus that attacks the lungs, like, literally your cardiovascular vascular system. That's what these players rely off of, is how agile they could be, how quick they could be. Like, that has to take a tremendous effect on the game, especially a guy like D Rose's age. Not to say D Rose is old in any way, but
Oh
he's
no!
ten.
After all his knee injuries,
He's tenured. You know what I'm saying? He's been in the game a minute, so it's hopefully it has no too ill effects. So
well, 'cause I remember, was it? I know you have Tatum in fantasy, so you remember off the top of your head. Wasn't it Tatum that said that when he was coming up back from COVID that he was like struggling a little bit with like his conditioning and stuff?
he was, yeah. He did say that he came back and it was a little hard to breathe. He felt, gassed really quickly because of COVID. And he's a very young guy. He's what, 22, 23, drafted like
Yeah, he's
3 years ago, something
yeah,
like that.
mad
So
young.
he's really young. And imagine a guy that's really young struggling to breathe because of COVID. Imagine a guy that's 10 years older than him. So,
It's been a wild time, man.
uh,
But with all those injuries, Chris, the Knicks are sitting at seventh with 21 and 22. We actually play the Wizards tonight. We got robbed on Sunday night by the refs yet again against the 76ers, but I'm not going to go too deep into that.
so what you're saying is we should be like at number 4 right now.
What I am saying is that we should be up there because we've been robbed a few times and this officiating is getting a little crazy. And I got some conspiracy theories on what goes on in the NBA, but we're not going to talk about that right now until I get more factual proof of it. Um, I can't be mad though. Seventh place, bro. Like, who would have thought? Everybody was making it sound like we're gonna be in the Pistons position, 12-30. Just a team that has nothing to do with playoffs, nothing to do with the NBA anymore, and
Yeah,
getting mad
no.
at it.
I think we're right where we need to be. That 5 through 8 range is where I see the Knicks. So if we're still in there, I'm happy. I'm content with them being mediocre.
Right.
Should they be at number 4 or 5 right now because of them two bullshit ass ref calls? Yeah, but we'll be all right. We're slowly getting some of our point guards back.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's been major, bro. Like you could tell too. Like they just need a point, especially like in these close games. We lost a close game to Philly the first time. We lost to Brooklyn pretty close. We lost to Philly in an overtime game Sunday. Like you could tell that the point guard play. Like if we had a Derrick Rose in the game, even though for Payton's bum ass, like it would make a little bit more of a difference because he could just run the floor a lot better and keep pace, and it would have been maybe a different outcome. Obviously, we did shoot ourselves in the foot here and there, so it's not 100% the rest, but the rest didn't help the cause at all.
yeah. Whew. Damn, it's been a long day. Yeah, no, not at all. So hopefully we can get back on track a little bit. It's good. But honestly, though, as a Knicks fan, it's very, 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 very reassuring that all these young guys could play together, and we don't have to go out and find anybody. We don't have to go out and look for the next piece. We don't have to go on a manhunt before the trading deadline, just like every other year. Like, oh, we're gonna trade for this guy. We're gonna trade for that guy. Like, no,
Yeah,
we're at a good rebuild. We're like at right before those preliminary rebuilding stages. Like, we're two,
yeah,
3 years from like a run if these guys can, stay consistent and improve their game. So
yeah. If Julius Randle plays at an all-star level next year, RJ Barrett can keep elevating his game. Mitchell Robinson can come off his injury and just look like the Mitchell Robinson we saw with a little bit more improvement. Quickly keeping it going. Even Frank Ntilikina's been waking up, and I know you hated Frank Ntilikina for a while, but he's been in
yeah,
front.
so he has been, he has been. So I feel like we're right at that medium, like right before things take off. So they could either do Knicks fashion and just mess all this up and trade for some bum that'll be gone in 2 years, or they can keep it as is now and let the core run itself. Let these guys play. They're young, let them do their thing. And I would really hope they go with option number two.
I think they are. I've been hearing a lot of reports from like different things that the Knicks probably going to stay pat on the trade deadline, and the most that might happen is like a move for like Evan Fournier maybe or somebody else. But I heard it's going to be like really cheap stuff. Like it's not going to be like oh yeah, give us Mitchell Robinson and you're going to get Victor Oladipo with Mitchell Robinson 3 picks and freaking Frank Ntilikina and Kevin Knox. Like they're not doing nothing crazy this year.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think the most that I've seen come out like is them getting rid of Austin Rivers for something.
Oh, nah, yeah, for sure. Because Austin Rivers, you could tell like that he had his kid. He's waiting. I think he's had his kid already, but he was waiting on that kid earlier. So I was like, yeah, this is done. Something's going
Yeah,
on there, but they ain't gonna report it. And
I honestly wouldn't mind if they just buy him out. To be honest, he's not a participating to the team in any way. When he is, it's very minimal. So I mean, if you could buy him out at a cheap price, give him 4 mil, let him walk, and bring in another young guy, fine with that.
it's a cheap contract, and like you said, it's not like he's even doing anything anyway. So at least players around the league will recognize that and be like, oh, word, they bought him out because they're not playing him. That's dope.
Yeah,
They care
no,
about him. Not gonna let him
definitely.
just rot at the end of a bench.
Yeah, and I mean like that too, because like it's either you're gonna get something for him, or you're gonna have to just let him either rot or just buy him out. So we'll see.
Yeah, as long as he don't go to the Brooklyn Nets, I don't really care because the Brooklyn Nets don't need nothing else, bro. They have Blake Griffin out here dunking again. Like, what?
Yeah, and I mean, how do you feel about Victor Oladipo if they do trade for him? I just hope I don't think
I don't
his
want to, man. Like, I don't want to trade for Oladipo. I don't want to. The only person I would consider trading for is Bradley Beal, but even then, like, when did Bradley Beal ever say, "I want to get traded"? Like, we're
Yeah,
gonna trade first for him to leave? Like, no, I'm good. I don't. Just stay pat, like you said, Chris. Like, just stay pat. We got R.J. Barrett. He's developing very well. Julius Randle is an all-star. He's becoming slowly but surely a superstar because once you're in New York, anything you do just gets 80 times better value-wise.
yeah,
Quickly was a steal of the draft, and now that LaMelo might be out, well, not might be out, he is out for the rest of the year with a not sprained, wow, fractured wrist. Um, Maybe quickly steps in and takes this Rookie of the Year, even though I think the NBA will fuck him over and give it to Anthony Edwards anyways. Even though the Timberwolves are 10-33, but that's either here nor there.
yeah,
So I don't want to trade for nothing, bro. Like I said, like
yeah.
you said, trade Austin Rivers with a second round pick and see what you get for, at most,
Yeah.
and
And
try
I
to
mean,
trade Peyton. That's it.
yeah, if you could bundle Peyton and even though nobody's gonna want 2 point guards, if you could bundle Peyton, Austin Rivers, and a second round pick for like Alonzo Ball, I would do it.
They're not, they're
You
not
know
taking that
damn well they're
highway
not gonna.
robbery.
Damn well they're not gonna take that. But or even if I think they would take it for Victor Oladipo because
Oh
the
no,
Rockets are
yeah,
in
they
disarray, dog. The Rockets are like,
12-30. They
yeah,
just got off a 20-game losing streak after a win yesterday.
God.
The only
So
bad thing about Peyton is no trade clause, so it's going to be up to him. So I would hit up the Clippers. I would hit up even the Lakers maybe because the Lakers with all their injuries to AD and LeBron, maybe they think to themselves, yeah, we can use the extra 10 points, 12 points, whatever the hell he has to offer.
yeah. So let's see.
Word. Speaking basketball, let's transition to March Madness. Chris, how did your weekend go, bro?
Yeah, it's a good top of my sweater. Still Georgetown, but we lost. First round. And we got our ass whooped by Colorado. But that's neither here nor there. Okay. March Madness has been pretty interesting, as I'm sure everybody that has been watching has seen all the upsets. Ohio State go home. They've
Kansas last
seen
night getting smacked up by
Kansas,
34.
yeah, by USC. I mean, teams that I would have never even thought of. You know,
Syracuse, like Daniel told you and Ethan to bet on Syracuse because Syracuse never fails at these times. But
and we got Oral Roberts out there.
oh god,
We even had a little spurt from little teams like Rutgers and North Texas beat a couple good seeded teams. Uh,
Loyola Chicago making a little comeback. Oregon State,
yeah,
Oklahoma
the
State.
guy with the big mustache there at Loyola, whatever the white boy.
Yeah,
Oregon State. I mean, a lot of different upsets, a lot of high ranked, a lot of low ranked. I'm sorry, seeds coming in and beating these high ranked teams.
yeah.
So
You had Abilene Christian. I didn't even know that was a school until they beat Texas.
honestly, Abilene Christian, I saw the what is it called? Sign here,
Yeah,
Abilene Christian, and I'm like, Abilene Christian. That sounds so familiar. And they're like purple, and I saw the sign on the highway, and I'm like, what? Like, where's that name coming from? And I'm looking, and I was like, oh shit, that's the one that's in the NCAA tournament right now. And they're literally like an hour from here. And I was like, damn. I was like, that's how much I know. Because I had like they're just so small universities like that you would not even think of like
no,
that
of course
make this
not, bro.
tournament.
Of
So
course, Ohio beating Virginia. That one was our brackets.
done.
I mean, your bracket for the Chris is
My bracket's done. My bracket is finite. But I'm saying like I would say a lot of people's bracket those first days were done when Ohio
bro.
State went down.
When Ohio State went down, there was like 0.42% of like perfect brackets left. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. What else did we have? Those first couple of days, I mean, we had obviously Oral Roberts, Ohio State. Let's see. Then we had I'm just going down the list. We had Oregon State beat Tennessee. That was a big one. I watched that one live. I saw Tennessee lose and get their ass spanked because they lost by almost 20 points. That was a big one. Let's see. UNC
Yeah, UNC
Roy
was
Williams'
nothing.
first negative season in over like 20 years. So that's crazy. I mean, I don't know about you though. Are you excited to see teams that you don't usually see?
Yeah, just because it's going to be interesting. I mean, I think it's still going to come down to, Gonzaga, Michigan, Baylor, and I don't see Syracuse beating Houston, but if Syracuse beats Houston, I think Syracuse is going to make it now. But I feel
Yeah,
like there's that the Sweet 16 every year always has these teams that you wouldn't expect, and then the Elite Eight and Final Four is always like, oh, okay, word, yeah, that's expected. So I think it's gonna be that same situation of upset, 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 upset until like the Elite Eight and Final Four, and then you're like, oh, okay, yeah, it makes sense.
yeah, true that, true that. So we are now at the Elite Eight. That starts when Thursday or
Sweet 16 Saturday.
3/16 Saturday. You're right. You're right. So the Elite Eight is that Monday after.
Yeah,
Correct. Yeah. So yeah, I mean we're down to what is it?
Gonzaga, Creighton, USC,
USC,
Oregon,
Oregon,
Michigan,
Michigan.
Florida, UCLA, Alabama, Baylor, Villanova. Arkansas and Oral Roberts is gonna be like the worst game out of this list to even watch. Uh,
You
Loyola
don't think Oral
Chicago, Oregon
Roberts even
State.
has a chance?
They might have a chance, but like, is anybody really gonna tune into that game like that?
Nah.
Loyola Chicago and Oregon State and Syracuse and Houston.
Okay. What? Give me some upsets.
You're gonna have. All right, this is gonna be one of those like I like to call high risk, high reward. Syracuse upsetting Houston. That has a
Okay.
possibility. Oregon State might upset Loyola Chicago, which I don't know. That's another high risk, high reward one, and I don't see any other upsets after that. Like
No.
maybe Oregon USC, but
May
after
I
what
was gonna say
USC
Oregon.
after what
Yeah.
USC just did to Kansas, I think it's safe to say
Kansas.
USC gonna keep moving on.
Yeah. Okay. Bro, but I feel like Gonzaga isn't the powerhouse that people thought they were. Even though they beat obviously Noak Ford State by like 40 points, but that was granted that was gonna happen. But the way they kind of played Oklahoma, I thought they was gonna run through Oklahoma too, and they didn't. So
I got I got Michigan beating Gonzaga in the Final Four, so I really do think Michigan takes it all. I think Gonzaga's gonna be the typical, oh yeah, we're undefeated, and then like chokes very at the very end, like always. Like
yeah, I could see it. I could see it. So I really like Villanova though. Don't no cap. I'm coming home with if I could pick somebody right now, it's gonna be either Houston or Villanova.
ooh,
Don't sleep on Houston. I know they're in a weak conference, but I feel like they can. They have the pieces, the big man to get it down.
my main thing, like I told you guys though, that Syracuse zone, bro, that shit is just different. Like no, I don't know why, but you can prepare as much as you want mentally, it still doesn't do you justice. Like they don't, like you just can't get ready for that zone. So I don't know.
I'm definitely gonna be watching that game. So I'm gonna be up on Saturday watching that game,
10 p.m. or
10 p.m. What is it? That's 10 p.m. Eastern, so 9 my time. So
must be nice.
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, man. That's it for March Madness. We will be bringing you guys updates next week, so stay tuned. Uh, let's see if our bold predictions pan out.
I mean, I'm like 9 for 9 now. My bold prediction. So I'm a
I might put some money on that what is it called?
Syracuse, Houston.
Syracuse, Houston. Yeah. So
Telling you, bro, that zone. I don't expect Syracuse to beat Houston, but if you want to do a high risk, high reward, that's the game to do it on.
yeah. So let's see. Could you see Villanova be? I could see Villanova being Baylor.
Baylor's strong this year, bro. I mean, Villanova has pulled many upsets in the past, so like they have like that. I don't know why, but Villanova is one of those teams that every single year, no matter who's on the team, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, no matter when they graduate, they always had that upset factor of just upsetting people because of the coaching. So I can
Yeah.
see it too. I'm in full agreement with you, Chris.
Now
Villanova. But I don't know. Baylor's just very strong this year, so I don't know. There's part of me that's kind of like, eh.
I'm interested. I'm interested. Let's see, man. Let's see. So, I mean, that's all we got for March Madness. What we got next?
The Giants, bro. Let's talk
The
about your boy
Giants.
Kenny Golladay. Let me get your opinion on it before I talk because you know how I feel about it.
I feel like it's a good addition, no doubt. Yeah, he's one of the top receivers in the league, but that's all granted for, a mediocre quarterback. I mean, to be honest, you could sign all the best receivers around, but if you can't get the ball to the guy, that's a whole different story. So I feel like if they can, improve in the offseason and get Daniel Jones to, start making the right decisions and stop holding the ball so much, then it could be a legitimate, threat on that offense that they have because they got some pretty good keys. They got Barkley, they got Sterling Shepard, they got now John Ross from Cincinnati, they got now Kenny Golladay, Evan Ingram. So you got pieces. You just have to put them to use. And they signed now a pretty big deal with another cornerback. I don't even know how to say his name. Something Jackson.
Yeah, Dore or Adore.
Daubre, yeah. And then a couple other pieces on that defense that they needed. So I'm pretty happy. I mean they re-signed Ryan Anderson. I mean, uh, I can't ask for too much more. I mean, typical Giants fashion. They never really do much in the off season. So it's cool that they're doing something. So, and I mean, I really like Ryan Anderson too, as
Word,
with that outside linebacker position. He was decent with the Redskins. So,
word.
oh, how do you feel about Kenny Golladay?
Kenny Golladay, a talent, amazing. Two complaints though. One, always injured, like always injured. I feel like unless I'm bugging out, but I feel like every year he gets at least one injury that he's out for like 3 weeks.
Okay, let's
Double
see.
check that though. Games played. I'm not 100% sure on top of my head, but I feel like last year he was out a few times, and the year before that. Unless I'm confusing him with Marvin Jones, but I don't know.
Well, Marvin Jones is he's that guy's always fucking hurt. Sorry, but let's see. Games played. Games. Okay. Oh, okay. Nah, you're right. Last season he only played 5 games.
And the year before that,
Now he played 16, 15, 11. So,
yeah. So that was that 11 I was thinking about. So I think the year before that was Marvin Jones. That's what I'm confusing. But
but
yeah,
still
then
5 games last
yeah.
year.
Then the other part that kind of had me kind of like I don't know was the money itself. Like don't get me wrong, Kenny Golladay might be the most talented receiver from this year. He's up there with Allen Robinson, and I don't think he's better than Allen Robinson, but obviously he's obviously the top five receivers of this free agency. But I don't know, the money kind of had me off. I'm like, damn, 70 mil.
Yeah, 70 mil 4 years, and then 40 million is guaranteed. Um,
Especially because like you
yeah,
look at Corey Davis who got like 30 mil. You look at no 37.5 mil. You look at Juju who if he signed a long-term deal, it might have been like 40 mil for 4 years. Like
yeah. I mean, when you compare them to the guys that are getting signed now, I mean, I'd imagine there was a big separation between him and Corey Davis, but depending on what Juju signed, didn't Juju take a pay cut
he
supposedly?
did. It was 1 year's 8 mil. That's why I said like if you were like let's just play the what if game and say he
Yeah,
signed for 4 years, that would add up to like close to
like
like it'd be 36
40,
mil, but
36. Yeah,
obviously they'll probably make it 40 because it's a longer deal maybe. But
yeah.
I don't know. It's that gap. Like if Kenny Golladay would have got like 4 years 50 mil, 4 years like 55, I would have been like, oh yeah. But when I saw 72, I said, oh my god.
You got to think about it too. The Giants also have that money to spend too. So I mean, they're probably timing that right to when all these younger guys, their contract have to get renewed or restructured or re-signed, whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
So they're probably timing that right. But yeah, it is a little much. But I mean, only 40 mil is guaranteed. Who knows what that other 30 mil is about? I mean, could be incentives, could be bonuses based on performance.
yeah,
So let's see. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it is. So
yeah.
he's not gonna get that money just to get that money. So
Word. Hopefully
uh,
one of those you got to play 70% of the season to get X amount of money because 5 games
yeah,
last year.
I hadn't even thought about that to be honest with you. I never that never even occurred to me that he was that much of a injury prone. player. Because I don't know, who pays attention to Detroit football? Let's be honest
The
here.
only reason we've ever heard of Detroit football is because Coles even makes it, and we laugh at him for even mentioning the name Detroit Lions. Like,
Yeah, and like, I mean, Megatron. That's the last thing I can remember from Detroit.
Megatron and Matthew Stafford, and even then, everybody, it's the same
And
situation with Matthew Stafford.
even I was gonna say even Matthew Stafford, like, uh,
Everybody was like, all right, can y'all just trade him already? Because I'm tired of seeing him lose so much, and, like, it's not fun to watch over there.
yeah,
And then they came back to life when they signed Adrian Peterson, but, you know,
yeah. And
that
now
was a
they got
little late for that.
now they got what's his name behind the helm?
DeAndre Swift,
Nah,
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
Yo, you heard about that Rams player that was talking mad crap about Jared Goff, and that he got traded to the Lions as well?
Really?
There was a defensive player. I forgot. I think it's Brockner or Brocker. It's something along those lines. He was talking crap about Jared Goff, and then he ended up getting traded to the Lions.
That's funny.
It said, "Oh, what? That's how you feel." All right, watch this.
Come through.
Jesus.
Yeah, I feel like Jared Goff. That's he's gonna fit in right with that culture there with the Lions. So
Lots of screw ups and losing.
yep. So they're used to that already.
Yo, Jameis Winston, just got an update that you could hear the emotion in Winston's voice as he talks about the impact Drew Brees had upon him. You think this is his team now?
No, not at
Still
all.
think they're gonna believe in Tyson Hill before they believe in Jameis?
Uh, mm, eh, but I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully they have common sense and believe in Jameis because obviously he's quarterback and he's a not a proven quarterback, granted, because he threw 30 picks, but I feel like he's still better than Tyson Hill.
My thing with Jameis Winston wasn't that the year they're doing like 7-9 or 8-8, or no, the record was worse. Am I bugging out?
It was worse. It was
6-10
worse.
then maybe.
Yeah, around there.
So a lot of those games they lost was because of his interceptions. So, I mean, if you take away like 2 games of interceptions, they go 8-8. Like that's not that bad. So I
Yeah.
think hopefully you can clean up at least 10 picks maybe, and that puts you in a better position. And the Saints,
Yeah. And I mean, if you could, also it was the Bucks and the Bucks didn't have the greatest coaching staff when he was there, so they probably continued to instead of working around him throwing all these picks, they just continued to give him the ball to throw the ball. I'd imagine,
I
probably.
mean, it even happened to Tom Brady too, though, because you saw Tom Brady was uncomfortable in that offense at first when it was just throw, 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 and he's like, "Bro,
Yeah,
I can't. Y'all got me throwing 50 yarders every other play. I can't do this."
yeah, and then then they finally incorporated the running game, and we saw how that went. So, but I believe that is it for me, guys.
Word. We'll call it. We'll end it there. Nothing crazy to really talk about this week because it's been just a regular weekend of sports.
Yeah, yeah,
Hopefully,
just
Friday there'll be more to talk about definitely because Thursday is the NBA trade deadline. But let's see because I know the trade deadline hasn't really been getting too much traction. Baseball's going to be starting up very soon, so we can kind of give a preview to the baseball season on Friday because it's opening day right around the corner. We already got some reports of different players that are going to be starting for the Yankees and not.
yep.
And reselling 101 on Thursday. We can talk about Pokemon cards. I saw somebody in the comment section brought up Pokemon cards on one of our videos, so I was like, "Yo, let's talk about it." I know you, Chris, have brought it up many times before, and we kind of just been waiting.
I've seen it, and I have no idea what it is. So tune in on Thursday. We'll figure it out.
Word. But Chris, have a great day, bro, and I'll see you back
You
on
as
Thursday.
well.
Peace.
Peace.